it is what it is. I got to make a living. Okay. So my name's Ken Finnan, and my job is to get you past all the exams. And the number one question I get before I do my live, so I'm hoping to save some time and make it less chaotic, is what do I do? I'm taking the test tomorrow or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So let's, first of all, if you're taking it tomorrow, too late, you're fucked. Okay? No, I'm kidding around. Get some sleep. If you're taking it tomorrow, you should not be on my live. You should be getting sleep and you should be going over customer accounts. Literally any exam you take, literally any exam, you should probably read customer accounts. I have crash course videos you can watch, playlists you can watch. Go watch those and get some sleep. If you have a significant other, make sure they do the right thing or ask them to do the right thing. And you don't want to make them do anything, but you ask them. Just massage, that's all I'm talking about. Just keep you relaxed, no fighting, stuff like that. Now, if you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so again, if you're taking it tomorrow, what are you doing out here? Get off here, click and get out of here. If you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so let's say you're taking it in 2 days. Tomorrow is no testing. It's adding knowledge, reading customer accounts, going over videos, hopefully my crash course videos or others. Bottom line is you don't want to stress yourself out. You don't want to take a test. I'm not a fan of testing. Some people like it. I disagree with it because if you go bad, there's no upside. If it goes bad for you, you're screwed. So I say, don't take a test tomorrow. Take it easy. Around dinner time, you're done. I don't care if you're taking the test at 5 o'clock at night. At dinner time, you're done. Okay? Don't do anything. Again, the night before is always kind of go out to dinner. Don't go, pounding, going fireballs, but just literally go out to dinner maybe, talk to people who aren't involved in it, who don't care about the test, don't want to hear it. You want to do stuff that just relax you. If you have SDC or Notman, they have these little sheets that you can go through maybe the day before. Make sure you go over it like hot sheets or key topic stuff or crunch time facts. Again, I have crash course playlists, a whole playlist on almost every test you can take. Now, let's say you're taking it more than 2 days out. So what you want to do is within the up to, but not including the last, I don't even know if that's right. The last 8 to 10 days is testing, okay? Before that, you're reading and quizzing and testing, all that. A lot of focus on reading, mostly focus on reading, watching videos, adding knowledge. But in the last 8 days, not including the day before, so whatever that is, so 10 days before, you're going to take tests every day. One test, not two. If it's a 63 of the SIE, maybe you can take two. But again, I don't think it works so well. Oh, I feel the heat on my back. I really just want to turn around and take a dive. The problem is when I go in there, there's a manatee warning. The boats have to go around me. I have to wear a flag saying manatee, don't hit me, stuff like that. Now, up to but not including the day before the test, you are to take one final a day. Now, remember something. When you do a final, review the whole thing, not just the wrong answers. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do a triage. There's really 3 or 4 choices. You look them over. If you got it right for the right reason, you're good. Move on. Make sure you read the answer why, okay? 2, if you got it right for the wrong reason, mark that down. You have to review it because if you got it right because you guessed, that's just as bad as a wrong. Almost more dangerous, right? Because you think you got it. 2, if you got it wrong because you misread it, which happens with the Kaplan, Past Perfect, STC, even Achievable, all of them, you can misread it. If you get it wrong because you misread it, but you knew the concept, don't worry about it. The last one is you got it wrong because you didn't know your shit. That you have to review. So really, you're going to have 4 choices, mark them all, and then if you got it right for the right reason or wrong because you misread it, but you understand the concept, don't worry about it. The ones you have to review are the ones you got right for the right reason, and then the ones you got for the wrong reason. The ones you got for the wrong reason. See, when I talk too fast, my brain is here, my mouth is here, and they're not in conjunction. And then ones you got right for the wrong reason, like guessing, and then you got to be honest with yourself. Don't be like, oh, I think I know it, or the ones you got wrong for the right reason. I guess the right reason to be wrong, you don't know it. If you're starting to memorize questions, buy another QBank. STCS 4 supplemental exams. If you want, buy Kaplan. But again, you don't want to add a new QBank in the last few days. You want to do it out so you can literally get used to the question because you don't want to switch it up the day before. Again, you need to go in there like a badass. You need to go into the test like I'm going to fucking own this shit and you're going to run it, okay? You got to go in there confident. You got to understand that if you go in there confident, if you go into this test as a confident badass, not cocky, confident, I know my shit, then when you see a hard question, you're going to go, oh, I can do this, okay? And you can work through it or even mark for review, shit like that. If you go in there where you're not sure and you're like, oh, I'm afraid, then every hard question is going to look to you like, see, I knew I should have waited. And that's a bad thing because you won't try it. I've seen that so many times where if you give someone positive confirmation of good work, they're willing to work a little bit harder on the question. If you're like, oh, I'm not ready, they go, oh, I knew I wasn't ready. They give up. We don't want give up. We want you to attack it like you know your shit. Okay. And that's literally it. You maybe want to watch some of my exam walkthrough videos, join my live, but not the night before. I don't want to see you the night before. I want to see you after you pass so we can play a song for you and blow it out your ass. Okay. Good. Okay. Everyone, go beat this thing. You got this. I believe in you. I 100% believe in you. And you need to say every morning, get up in the morning, brush your teeth with your offhand, even if you want to brush your teeth with your foot, and keep saying, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to pass it. Say it like 10 times with confidence. Not I need to pass it. Not I gotta pass it. I'm going to pass it. That's your goal. Go beat this thing. We got it, baby. Welcome to the live Q&A on the tube of you. It is Tuesday. It is February, almost the end of February. It is not as cold out as it has been before, and it is time for me to have one of my two favorite nights of the year. Next week, we may or may not be on because I'm going to be up in Vermont. Well, sliding down the mountain, probably not skiing so much, but I'll be up in Vermont, and if I'm on, I'm on. If I'm not, we'll figure it out. Okay, everyone, I hope everyone's doing well. Again, my two favorite nights of the year, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 to 9, 8:30 to 9:30 when it used to be. Well, come on. If you guys want some free resources, check out the scroll across the bottom. That's the Facebook group, FINRA and NASA Exam Test Prep Network. That is the Facebook group where we have 7,300 people on there helping each other out. At least 100 former test takers helping each other out. They're all giving back. I mean, Nancy just nailed the 24, and she told the people studying with her in my Sunday night group, hey, I'll sit with you for a couple times, once a week, and make sure you go over it. Giving it back. That's the big thing. Giving it back to the people. Okay. A lot of free resources. You got you got my channel. I got my TikTok, Series 7 Whisperer. I got my Instagram, Series 7 Whisperer. And don't forget I have my membership stuff, right? So I don't like to, fuck it, I'm going to say it anyway. So I have a membership thing every Friday night. We meet at 6 to 7 for the 65, which is not tonight. Tonight's SIE Series 7 and stuff. We meet from 7 o'clock to 8 for the regular FINRA stuff and 8 to 9 for options. And you just go, you hit the join button and you join up and we meet and we go over the stuff. If you're taking the SIE or the 63, save your fucking money. Don't pay a dime. No, I do not want to take your money. Okay. See the new hat? That's where I was teaching today. Okay. The CEO decided he didn't want me to wear a blue owl hat, so he gave me this one, which is awesome. Okay. It helps. The more, usually they give me a mask. They can't see my face. Okay. Also, if you need tutoring, obviously I'm here to help you. I have tutors on my website. But also, if you want a good tutor that's less than I am, very organized, everything, Michael Weiss over at Series 7 Exam Tutor.com. Okay. Let's check out the chat. Okay. Okay. TM. Okay. TM, I think you're fine. You're rock solid. Okay. I'm taking the exam. I know it's NASA, but I'm okay with this shit. Okay. Don't worry about, you mean securities registration. Don't sweat it too much. Find my video on Can I Sell Security? That's as much as you need to know. Don't worry about it too much. It's not, trust me, I promise you it's not that bad. You're going to be fine. TM, just take it easy. Okay. 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 Kyle, hold on. Okay. What would be a decent cap and cushion bank? Yeah, I think if you're in the mid 70s, you should feel safe, right? If you're in the mid 70s and you're not memorizing on Kaplan, you probably should be okay. I think that's good. Okay, I got to get to this one. Kyle, how'd you know? No, I'm not just a spokesman. I'm a customer. No. I'm Irish. How would you even know? I mean, so that's funny. I don't know who fucking sponsors that. They said it's just the ads. That'd be funny. Viagra or Hims for you can get this stuff sent to you quietly. So did you hear about Him and Hers, right? So Him and Hers makes what they call I just came across the news. Him and Hers and like Henry makes compounded like Wegovy, right? So the Wegovy is for people who are heavyweight and they're trying to lose weight and diabetic and all that. And since everyone was doing it, it was very scarce. It was a scarce medicine. So if the FDA allows it, if it's scarce, you can do compounded where they make it up themselves, and it works or doesn't work, whatever it is. So they just took Wegovy stuff off the scarcity list, so then the fucking thing dropped. The market dropped by like 20%. So it's crazy. Okay. So anyway, on that note, I think him and hers makes ED in medicine too. So cheers. I can't even think of a good hard joke. I'm just thinking of hard versus soft. Like, it's hard to do this. That's what she said. I don't know. I'm trying to think of something. I'm not on my game today. I've been teaching since 9 a.m. Okay. Do you have a quick and dirty video for the... Why, yes, I do, Luke. Luke, I do. It's called the Series 63 Quick and Dirty. If you go in the Series 63, if you just type in Series 63 Quick and Dirty, actually, if you go to the 63 playlist, it's right there. There's that. And then there's a Quick and Easy, which is the chart of all the broker-dealer stuff like that. Yes, of course I have one. Okay. Let's go with this. How can you have a good explanation for the formula to calculate bond parity? Okay, so bond parity is where the stock and the bond are equal, where you either can convert or not, or they're equal, right? So if I have, let's do it this way. Let me bring one up. Where am I? Where's my shit? Okay. La 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 la. Got my options stuff sample test. Okay. See if I can get this on the screen. I don't think it's going to come through as big as we want it. That's what she said. There's my ED. Okay, there we go. Here we go. Okay. Let's see if you can see this, right? You can't see that. Let me see if I can do this. Let's see if I make it better. Okay. I don't know if you can read that. Maybe I make it bigger. Let's see. Okay. Maybe that's too big, but we're not going to worry about that. Now, because actually, you know what? I'm not worried about the answer, so I'm going to make it big so you can read this. Okay. So, an investor owns $8 million of 7%, 25-year convertible debentures, convertible to common stock at $40 a share. So the parity is very easy. So you're trying to find out what it's equal to. So we could try to figure out whether you should convert or not, but that's not what we're doing. Right now, we're trying to figure out whether there's more. That's a parity. I might have to jump off for a second. Not my wife, but I'm going to see in a second. Hold on. Now, happy wife, happy life, right? Okay. Now, so what I'm going to do is all you're going to do is you have to find the ratio first, which is how many shares you get if you convert. So you do par divided by the convertible price, 1,000, divided by 40 equals 25. So that means for every bond we convert, we get 25 shares. Fair? Okay. Now that you either multiply times the common stock of, in this case, 45, 1125, or if they ask it the other way, you do the bond price 980 divided by 25, and that gives you 39.2. So the point is, you're either going to take the ratio, which you have to find, which is the number of shares you get if you convert, and you either multiply the stock price or divide the bond price. That's it. You either multiply times the stock price or you divide by the bond price. And that's parity. That's where the bond or the stock should be trading. If the stock is higher than that number, then you should convert. If it's lower, then don't. Okay. Hope that helps a little bit. Hope that was some namaste. Okay, now. If interest rates drop, which bond in a company is most likely to call first? Those with high interest rate and longest maturities, the lowest interest rate and shortest maturities. Okay. So here's the thing. If I'm going to call back a bond, let's think about it. Okay. Diesel, I don't do a lot of options in here, but I can work on it now. So which one are they most to call? So if you had 4 choices of things to call, if you got a bunch of money coming into you and you could call bonds, okay, you could call your bonds back or pay them off. Which one did you pay off? You'd always pay off the highest maturity ones first, the highest coupon, the ones that are going to cost you the most. So if I have an 8% bond, a 7%, a 5, and a 4, if I got a chunk of money, I'd pay off the 8% first because it's costing me the most. Because the 4 is costing me $40 a year per bond versus the 8 is $80. And I'd usually pay off the longest maturity because that's, if I pay off the 8 and I take it out, I'm saving myself $80 a year for 30 years versus if I pay off the short maturity, And low coupon, I'm saving myself $40 for 2 years. It doesn't work. So I would normally take the one with the higher coupon because it costs me the most. Okay? I do it. It costs me the most and for the longest time. So I'm going to pay off the one that's going to save me the most money. Okay. Okay. Now, let's talk about this. Hold on. Do you need help? Okay. Okay, so sell one XYZ 65 put at 7, sell an XYZ 65 call. So this is a short straddle, right? Sell a put, sell a call. So what we're going to do is you're going to add up the premiums of 14, okay? Because since it's 2 sells, you're going to add them. And I don't do options on here on this night, but I'm going to do it real quick. $14 total premium I've taken in. Total of $14. So I'm going to add that. So I'm going to add 65 minus 14, whatever that is, 51. And I'm going to go 51 and go 55 up. So I'm going to add 14, so that should be 69. So 69 is top. 49 is on the, whatever it is, 51 on the bottom. And I want it to stay inside. So my max gain is 14 because the most I'll ever make is what I got. The max loss is unlimited. I just told you the break evens. And if it's exercised at 62, you're going to go to the closer one. I don't know who the hell it is. I don't think they're doing that to you. I'd have to write it down. I'm not doing on this. So I'll come back to it. But you're not going to get these. So 14 is my max gain. Unlimited is my max loss. 69 is my upper break even. 51 is my lower. And I got to think it's a $7 gain. But that's probably where we are. Okay. Because 69 down to 72 should be the answer. But I can take a look at that later when I can write it all down. Because I do not do stuff like that in my head. Yep. The Irish curse, baby. Okay. Natalie. Studying for the 66 before I retake the 7. That's fine. Are they making you do that? If they're making you switch from the 7 to the 60s, that's fine. I wouldn't do it on purpose. Like, I wouldn't go out of my way to do that because I think then you're pivoting. I've seen people get hurt that way a little bit because then you're focusing on one thing and then you come back and you focus on another, and it doesn't work very well. There we go. Okay. So if I'm taking the 66 after the 7, there's enough overlap that it won't hurt you, but I'm not a huge fan of doing that. I'm not. I'm a much bigger fan of sticking with what you got. But again, if they're making you do it, it's fine. It is what it is. Okay. Starting my 66 number. Okay. Okay, good. It's as harder. I mean, the 66 is just a different exam. It's as hard as the 7. It really is. The 66 is as hard as the 7. It's not, hi, Ivy, how are you? It's not easier. I mean, you could get an easier one. You could get a harder one. I don't know. But in reality, it's just different. It's a legal exam. The people like, this is what I think. FINRA has a lot of employees, right? And anyone who works for them can take the Serious 7 exam anytime they want. I think they just have to give feedback. So they get a lot of feedback on the questions. So the questions, they know where the questions rank, okay? So the level of test between the easy and the hard one is probably within a 10%, say, standard deviation, if you want to call it, right? Okay. The NASA exams, the problem is they have a much smaller company, right? So they don't have as many people buying it as taking the test. So they don't get as much feedback on it. So their level of exam, it could be like a 25% difference between one exam and the other. Like, there's definitely people who passed the 66 who weren't ready, and people who failed it who were ready, because it's just the wording of what you get. Somebody on the Friday night class said they got 10 math questions. They had to actually calculate future value. Not hard. They knew how to do it because we do it in the classes, and I have the videos that tell you to do it. But they freaked them out. And then I have other people who said they didn't get one single math question. The level of difficulty changing between the 60 different 66s. I'll put it this way. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to make sure you're aware to be ready and own this shit, okay? I had a student of mine, Vic, loved the guy. He took this 65, got a 69, missed it by 1, right? Then a month later, he took it in and he got a 48. said it was not even the same exam. And then the third time he passed it. So it's just like, I don't know what to do. He tried to call the Attorney General of the state to find out if he could say anything about it. They weren't going to do anything for him. But it was just, I try to complain all the time to them, but they don't hear it. They think that I don't think they take their exams. And that's the thing about FINRA, is that FINRA has so many people doing it that they actually get feedback and they go, oh, wow, no one's getting this one right. So then they can tweak it. Or like when they switched from the SIE to the 7, the reason it took an extra year is they ran it through all the employees. And they realized all the employees were failing the new 7 because it was so hard. And the SIE, they were getting all hundreds on it. Okay. So that was the problem with it, is that, but they have enough people that they get a sample size and they go, okay, something's wrong, where NASA doesn't. So you got to make sure that you're ready. I'm not saying it's easier. It's not easier or harder. It depends what you get. But I would absolutely make sure that you overstudy for this and make sure that you're solid for this. Okay. Ash, I know you're going to pass. Boom, you're burning out. I'm telling you, you work hard and then you try to, and we got this, Ash. I know you will. Is it tomorrow or Thursday? I can't remember. I think it's Sunday, right? I can't remember. We're going to rock this thing, okay? Be confident. You're going to nail this thing. I know you are. I can't remember if you're Friday or Sunday, but it doesn't matter. I know you are. I know you're going to do that. And that's why everyone on here, I need you to type in, I'm going to pass the exam. It makes you feel good to say it. It does feel good to come out and say, I'm going to pass. Not I need to pass. Not I got to pass. Not I pray I pass. I will pass. And I'm hoping Nancy comes on here because she took the 24 today. Okay. Yeah, sure. Michael says that. I already told. So Michael, he's my roller coaster. So he's good. And he's taking the 24 on his own. Doesn't even have to take it. And he jokes around that he wants to take the 9 and the 10 and the 4 after this. And my response is always, if you do, I block your number because I'm not letting you text me anymore. Okay. Jessica, where's the question? Did you ask me the question? You want me to just make it up? So let's say 42. Okay. Paula, how are you? Okay. Oh, got it. Okay, so now I see. Okay. Jessica, I see the question now. Taking the essay Thursday, use Kaplan 82, Mastery 80. I think the Mastery and the wording is a little different. Have you taken? So Brendan, I hope you've taken the practice exam they give you. So they give you, like, if you haven't done it, go take the mock exam tomorrow morning or tonight, maybe today, if it's not too late. Take the practice one to get used to the wording. If you go to my exam walkthrough playlist, I have a test that on there that is very, very close to wording on the exam. And then I have 3 others, right? Take them online. You could try them out. But I would definitely make sure you take the FINRA one just so you can feel good about it. Okay. Just so you know that you know what the wording is like. But if you got an 82 on the Mastery and an 84 on the benchmark, you more than know enough to pass. I think I tell people not even to take them because I think they're so much harder than the exam. Okay. But you're solid. Okay. The Colin owns 100 shares of CCC at $25. CCC declares a 25% stock dividend. Okay. So when we do stock dividends, this is what we do. Take the 25 and put 1 period in front of it. So you have 1.25. Okay. If it's 15, you do 1.15. If it's 30, 1.3, that would be a stock split, but whatever. Even a 1.25 is technically is a 5-for-4 split. But all you do, if it's a 25% stock dividend, you do 1.25. Multiply the shares times 1.25, you get 125, okay? And then, where's the rest of it? Hold on. Okay.
What's an IAR? That's another one that I always...
Hold on. I hit the wrong button. Where's my calculator? So then I'm going to do 25 divided by 1.25. That gives me 20. And the other way to remember it is, look, it's a zero-sum game. So if you have 100 shares at 25, that's $2,500, right? Yeah. It has to say $2,500. So if we know they're getting 25% more stock, that means you have 125 shares. And if you do 2,500 divided by 125, you still get 20. Has to say the same. It can't change. So that helps a little bit. I hope that does. Okay. So XYZ is an actual sticker. That's pretty funny. Okay. Now, that's interesting. I don't even know what it is. Okay, now, I have to look it up. Income bond. Okay, so let's talk about income bonds. Income bonds. So remember this. If I have a heart attack now and die, remember, first, share my shit. But secondly, even if I don't finish this, income bonds are bad. Income funds are good. Income bonds are never suitable. Income funds are very suitable for people who want income. Okay, now, so an income bond means it's not. So an income bond is trading flat. Flat means it's trading without interest, accrued interest. So that's like a zero coupon or this. So again, an income bond is like, say I'll use an example. There used to be a company that when I was a kid, I used to go to all the time, and you could literally get food, or an oil change, a tire pump, and a basketball in the same place. And it was called Kmart. Now, Kmart, I don't know what happened, but Walmart came in and just beat the crap out of them. So Kmart used to make a lot of money. They issued these bonds, say at 15%. Come in the mid 90s, they all of a sudden, you go to Kmart, there's nobody there. I don't know. I still don't know why they beat them, but who knows? Now, and all of a sudden they're paying bonds. They can't afford their bond to pay their bonds anymore. So the trustee comes in and they go, okay, we're going to sue you. You have to declare bankruptcy. And they go, well, we don't want to do that yet because we're in negotiations with Sears. So again, Kmart has these 15% bonds that they barely can afford to pay, but they want to get out of it and trying to stay afloat for a little bit longer. So they make a deal. They within the bankruptcy court, they cut a deal with all the trustee representing the bank, the bondholders. We will stop paying you. We're going to redo the bond. We're going to say you had a 15% 10-year bond. We're going to change it to like a 16% 20-year bond. So everyone who had a 15% bond is now going to get like a 17% bond. But they only pay when the company hits earnings targets, like $3 a share, $4 a share, whatever it is. So income bond will only pay when the company has a certain level of income. So say that again. An income bond, okay, only pays when the company has a certain level of income. So they're not paying until we hit an earnings target. So it's kind of like if you have a bunch of credit cards or debt and you're drowning in it, you got a new job, you're trying to make more money, but every time you go, every month, boom, you got to make that credit card payment. You can't get any breathing room. So you can't buy a new car to get work. So you call up all the debt companies and say, listen, just give me 6 months. Give me 6 months to a year and I'll start paying you back. That's what they're doing here. They're saying, I need some room to build up my company. So I'm not going to pay the interest on those bonds until I start making a certain amount of money. Now, those are not very attractive, right? Now, as a bondholder, you'd be like, wait, why would I agree to that? Well, alternative is I actually go bankrupt and you get 10 cents on the dollar if you're lucky. So this way you have a shot of getting your money back because if we make room, they start paying. So again, I'm going bankrupt. I'm going to restructure, not go fully bankrupt. I'm going to take my bonds, take away the interest and say, I'm only going to pay the interest when I hit certain income levels. That's what's called an income or an adjustment bond. Okay. If we hit them, then we start paying. Now it's not very attractive. It's not but it gives the people who own the bonds an ability to sell their bonds. And this is called distressed debt. Hedge funds will buy them because they're going to be very, 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 very cheap because they're risky. They're not going to be trading at 1,000. They're going to be trading at like 600. Now remember, if it's a 15% bond trading at 600, if it actually ever starts paying, you're going to make $150 based on a $600 bet. So you're making 25% on your money. So that's the point of it, is that it's risky, but it can pay off. And Kmart did this. They merged with Sears, and they lasted another 20 years until COVID hit, and that was the end of it. So an income, I saw TLDR. An income bond is for a company goes bankrupt, and they don't pay interest unless they hit certain target levels. So they're not very suitable for a lot of people. A boom. And they do trade flat because they don't pay interest. Okay. Toilet paper. Okay. First, I'm going to send you there it is. Well, I got lucky. I'm going to put it in here, but I'm going to put the video in here. There's a great video that explains the whole thing. However, we're going to talk. Oh, I get it, Natalie. Now I get it. That makes sense. Okay. Jessica, thank you for watching the replays. I love it. Thank you for joining membership. Okay. Now, here we go. So let's talk about it. So if I have the video, but I'm going to talk about it. So if I sell a bond at $1,000, if Bond issuer, Catch Tutoring, going to sell a bond for $1,000. Well, the underwriter, Morgan Stanley, is not going to pay me $1,000. They need to make money, so they're going to pay me $980. So they're going to pay me $980. I'm going to get $1,000. I'm going to get $980. They get to sell the bond for $1,000. They're going to make a $20 spread. Easy stuff. I call this the drug dealer method because you're flipping it out, right? So Morgan Stanley buys it for $980 from me. I get it. I'm out of the picture. They sell it for $1,000 if they want. They make a $20 spread, but they want to bring other people in, so they're going to bring the syndicate in. Now remember, they bought it at $980. So the syndicate that's like Jefferies, UBS, Goldman, Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, same thing. All these other companies, UBS, RBC, coming in, and they're going to help sell the bond. But since they're not the lead underwriter, they're not going to get to buy it at $980. They will buy it at $985 from Morgan Stanley. So that's a takedown. So they buy it at $985 from Morgan Stanley. Morgan Stanley makes $5, right? They buy it at $980 from the company. They sell it at $985. They make $5. That's the manager's fee. The syndicate, UBS, JP Morgan, all them buy it at $985, called the takedown, and then they sell it to the public at what? Yes, $1,000. So they make $15. That's called total takedown or concession. Now you're gonna be, wait, concession? I'll get there. So again, they buy it at $985, sell it at $1,000. They make $15. That's the total takedown or concession. That's what the syndicate makes when they sell it to the public. However, they need help, so they're going to bring in other people. I call the Goombas from Staten Island. They are going to smile and dial. That's a Wolf of Wall Street kind of thing. They're just a bunch of people in a room smiling. Hey, do you want to buy this? You want to buy that? They're trying to sell the bonds. They have no liability. Unlike the syndicate members, who, if they don't sell the bonds, they might have to come up with money or buy them or whatever it is. So they have liability. But the selling group has no liability. So what they're going to do is buy the bonds from the syndicate at like $990. It's all in my video. So the syndicate buys it at $985. The selling group buys it from the syndicate at $990. So the syndicate makes $5 of additional takedown. Then the selling group buys it at $990 and sells it at $1,000 to the public with no liability. And if they don't get any buyers, it's not a problem. And they make $10. That's called the selling concession. So when the underwriters sell to the public, they get the total takedown or concession. If the selling group sells it to the public, they get the selling concession. So the selling concession of $10 plus the additional takedown of $5 is $15, which is the same as a total takedown. And total takedown plus manager's fee, 15 plus 5 is a 20, which is the same as a spread. Again, my video do a better job, but I wanted to make sure we're clear with that. Okay. 8:30. Gong. Okay. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Natalie, that's fine. So if you're doing it during 180 days, we're good. I mean, you literally have 6 chances to pass, right? You can take the 66, God forbid you miss. You get that 65, 63 combo. That's awesome. That's fine. If you have that much time, then then you totally pivot. That's fine. And once you pass the 66 in like a month or two, take a month off and then start studying for. Don't spend 4 months studying for the 7. You'll burn out. Okay. Richard, salute to you, baby. Okay. My job gives me 2 weeks to take the 63. I've read the cap on book, but I was reading. I was reading. Okay. Don't be concerned. You're just first time through. Nick, just keep reading and taking questions. Okay. Here's the problem. Here's the way the 63 goes. Usually people get like a week to 10 days. So you have a lot of time, which is great. But don't overthink. Read the book once or twice. Okay. Watch my videos. I have good videos on it. Then start taking tests. At first, this is where it goes. So it's like when you guys are taking the 63, whether it's 2 weeks, 10 days, or 3 days, it goes like this. Shitty, better, boom. So there's such a steep learning curve. It's like you do shitty, like 3 or 4 exams in a row. You're like, oh, I'm missing a word. And then something clicks and you do better. And then boom, you skyrocket and then you pass. It happens with everyone. Almost everyone taking the 63 who passes. That's where they go shitty in the beginning and then it gets better very quickly. Like I've definitely had people who've studied for a week. The first 5 days are like, I'm failing. And then day 6, they're killing it. I'm like, wow. By the way, this 63 is the only exam that I actually promote you taking the test, the quizzes the day before, because that's how you learn. On the 63, it's much more about getting used to the questions and the tricky stuff. Okay. Paula, there we go. Okay. Hold on. Danny, I'll get to you. I'm a little bit behind, right? Not too bad. Usually I'm like 30 minutes behind. Oh, I might be finishing early. Look at that. I'm almost at the end of my screen. Hi to Ken and everyone. What feedback? Guys, if you like what I'm doing, hit a like. If you're not subscribed, well, you subscribe. Why not? And share this to someone you think it'd help with. Okay. Okay, so everyone else getting answers. Hopefully they do. So the past perfect is fine. They do. I think they're getting better, but I think they still go overboard on the math. Like there's certain vendors like Kaplan, STC a little bit, even Achievable a little bit, but for sure past perfect. Whenever they have a number, any kind of numbers like options or margin or balance sheet stuff, they go like into the fucking weeds. They go so deep and they go almost like go out of the way to trick you. So instead of saying, "Oh, I know this," okay, and then what happens is instead of like teaching you the fundamentals, they do, but they kind of make sure that they're looking for tricks, and it's like I will get. When I take the exam, I get one or two wrong. They're real ones, right? But when I take the Kaplan, I'm like high 80s because some high 80s, maybe low 90s on a good day because I get tricked by the tricks and I don't on the exam because there aren't a lot of tricks. Their math is ridiculous. Sometimes you got to do stuff and it's like algebra. Past perfect is worse. But again, if you pass their exams, you're going to pass. As long as you're focusing on the concepts and not memorizing the stupid formulas. Like I literally think past perfect still asks you to calculate yield to maturity, which is not a thing. Okay. What is that news? Hold on. Nothing big, but I want to see that for a second. You all talk among yourselves. Huh. Okay. Got it. Okay. That works. Now, so again, past perfect is tough. Okay. But you're going to do it. Just remember, you can do it. And if you use past perfect, it might take you an extra week, but take the math and the options and the margin with a grain of salt. You're going to get a ton of margin questions on past perfect, not so many on the exam. Okay. Paula, you're going to pass. I know you will. Hold on. Let me put some AI music on. I like their shit. Okay, Danny D, baby, double D. You're fine. If you're getting 70 on every, so go over your exams, right? Go over your exams first of all, okay? Go over the ones that you should remember when you're taking exams, the time you meant reviewing them should be longer than you took to take them, okay? The time to review them should be longer than the time to take them. So I would not worry about it too much. I think you're good scores. You know enough to pass. I mean, not that I like it, but I literally had a student couldn't get over 62 on Kaplan and destroy the exam because sometimes they're just fucking complicated. They really are. Okay. But Danny D, now remember Friday. So you're taking a Friday. Thursday, don't take any exams. Watch my crash course. If you have the Kaplan tip sheet, it works. All that stuff. I think it'll help you a lot. I think they have a cheat, not a cheat sheet, but I think they have a tip sheet. If not, go into a Facebook group that's scrolling across the bottom. Put a post. Anyone have the Kaplan tip sheet? I'm sure somebody has it. And Achievable has a good cheat sheet, stuff like that. But yeah, Danny D, you're double D, baby. You're fine. Okay. Huh. Stacker. Here's the thing. So you have to make sure. Usually, if you can't find any dates in a couple months, that means your window isn't open. Did you open the window? Did they open your window? If they told you that, here's what the best way to do. Go to New York City and go to New York City or Jersey and type in and see if there's any openings even in the next month or so, or in the next 2 months. Not to go there. I'm just saying, if it doesn't show up, there's something wrong with like your window's not open. Remember, the window's open for 4 months. They have to open it. They have to pay for it. So make sure your window's open, okay? Okay. Make sure. That's the only way it can happen. If not, I mean, I know a girl, Kate, she in January, earliest she could find was end of February, okay? She's in Arizona. Depends where you are, but I would go to pick a place closer to a city just to try it out, just to see if it's working or not. You know what I mean? Just to see if you're there. If you can't find anything even in a city 3 months out, then your window's probably not open or it closed already and you just can't find anything. Yeah, okay. So those Zoom groups are for you guys to use, not me. I'm not on there. There's no set time. I made it. I have a group for so just on my website I have Zoom groups, right? I have open ones at 24/7. I pay for them so that anyone who's and on the Facebook group and stuff, if anyone creates a study group, instead of having to pay for Zoom or have a what do you call it, or to pay to create a Zoom group or have it end after 40 minutes, mine, if you're on there, if there's more than 2 people on there, then it'll stay on there forever. And it's just a way for people to meet up. It's just so that you guys can create your own group. Now, if you want to join my membership, that's different, right? So my membership is we meet on Friday nights. And it's, you can like just Jessica, you can just see the old membership. You can see the old videos for $6 a month. If you just want my options, that's $20 a month. They'll change your life. Those options are awesome. If you want to meet on Friday nights, you can either do $20, $25. We meet. You can get all. Remember, anything you move up, you get the lower stuff. If you pay the $25, you get the options videos plus the FINRA class. If you go all the way up to $50 a month, $50 a month, you get the options class at 8 p.m., the 7 class at 7, or the SIE class or the 6, and you get the options and you get all the other videos. It's a bargain at any price because it's literally, if you do the $50, that's $8 a lesson to have a study. Now, the Zoom groups on my website are not the same. They're just, if people want to get together, I gave them a place to go where they can work with each other and they don't have to worry about finding Zooms. Okay. Yeah. I tell everyone to, right, Brendan? I tell everyone to do that, Brendan. That before any exam you take, before you hit submit, hit the first 5 questions, right? Just recheck the first 5 questions. Make sure that they're solid. Make sure that you didn't make a stupid mistake, but don't change them unless it's like punch you in the face wrong. That's like the easiest way. Okay. Final days. Review key concepts. Do the Notman charts. That's fine. No test the day before, right? No test the day before. Don't worry about the math. And I always say any test you're taking now, I pretty much say read customer accounts the day before. Just it's a thing. No one would buy an income bond on their own. They just wouldn't. Unless you're a hedge fund and you're looking to, like, if you think the company's going to get stronger, then it's worth buying. It's a risk. Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing. Michael didn't need to do the 24, but it helps because there's a lot more opportunities. I'm telling you right now, compliance, they're paying. Not like $800,000 a year, but I'm definitely seeing jobs in compliance that are like some are the 60, 80 range, some are 1 to 150. Now, to get to the 150, 200, 300, you're going to need experience, but there are definitely compliance jobs out there. Some of them want some experience. So if you can get the 7, apply, and then if you can get the 24, that's even better. Because compliance are always going to need these people until AI takes over. Okay, great question. Okay, Ivy, I got you on this one. Okay. On a scale to 1 to 10, how much more difficult is a 7 than the SIE? It's a 12. No. So if the SIE is a 1, the 7 is like a 6. Like it's a little, it's the SIE is, the problem is, it's weird. For some people, the SIE seems hard. It's not harder by any stretch of the imagination. But the point is, the SIE, sometimes you're brand new in the industry, so you're learning new stuff. So it feels harder. The 7 is like, it's almost like playing freshman football versus varsity football. It's the same sport, but it's a much different level. You have to know, like in freshman, you can kind of get away with making mistakes. Varsity, no mistakes. You make a mistake, you're screwed up. It's the options are deeper. You got to know break even, max gain, max loss, whether it's suitable or not. If I'm long stock, I buy puts to protect. I sell calls for income. If I'm short stock, I buy calls for protect, sell puts for income. I got to do the break even on that. I got to do the max gain, max loss. I have to do if I made money or lost money, taxes, accretion, amortization. Not a ton, but they're there. It's a lot of suitability. So instead of just knowing that common stock is equity, you have to know who should buy it and who shouldn't, and the risks. You have to know all that stuff. So it's much harder. It's the same stuff, just a deeper dive. Okay. Yeah, Angela, I can do that. So now, and you want a super quick one? I'll work on this. So now, Ivy, remember this. What long and low, baby, is talking about volatility. And I think Kaplan has a bad take on it. They say if rates go down, the long goes up. I don't know. So long and low is this. If they ask what bond's the most volatile, you look for the long-term bonds first. So if you have 4 bonds, 2 10 years and 2 30 years, you go to the 30 years. And then of the 2 30 years, you pick the lowest coupon and the lowest price. So if you have a 30-year 10% bond and a 30-year 5% bond, the 5% will move up or down more. If you have a 30-year 10% bond and a 10-year 10% bond, the 30 will move more because it's long. So long-term bonds move more than short-term bonds, and low coupon or low price moves more than par or premium bonds. So again, all you're doing is comparing. If I have a bunch of bonds, I have to carve it out. I take the longest ones and I go with those. Then of the 2 longest ones, I have to pick the lowest coupon or the lowest price and move on. Now, hopefully that helps a little bit, Ivy. Okay. Could I do a super quick rundown of futures and forwards? Okay. Futures are exchange traded, forwards are not. Okay. So I will promise to go quicker. So first of all, neither one of them are securities. They're very similar to options, but they're not options. Okay. They're similar, but they're not. They're contracts to buy or sell a commodity. Okay. So if I'm a farmer, and I have a bunch of videos on this too. If I'm a farmer, I'm going to sell my wheat in May, but it's February, almost March. I am absolutely afraid that the price will drop before I sell it. So I will go in the market, and on the futures market, I will go, I will sell, say my wheat's trading at 50 cents. I will sell a wheat 50-cent future. That means I'm willing to sell it at 50 cents. So I'm going to sell it at 50 cents. I'm literally signing a contract to sell my wheat at 50 cents, but I'm not going to deliver it until May. So Angela, you buy my wheat future. So you're buying it from me. So you're literally contracting out to buy my wheat from me you're going to buy it now for delivery in May. And you're going to wait for it. And that's the future. It trades on an exchange. It's locked in, but I'm going to get to it now. A forward is very similar, but it's not on exchange. It's directly between me and Angela. Now, again, so Angela, if they buys a future, she buys it from me, but she really buys it on the exchange, and it doesn't matter. But on a forward, it's literally we sign a contract with each other, and I cannot get out of it. So if I went out of it, I have to get you to agree to it because we have a contract. On futures, if I sell the future today and I realize I shouldn't do it, I should buy it back, I can buy it back tomorrow because it trades on an exchange. But I'm not buying it from you, Angela. I'm buying it from somebody else who wants to sell it. So again, a future is exchange traded. It's listed on an exchange, on the futures exchange. It's very liquid, and you sell futures to lock in a price, and you buy futures to lock in a price going up. So producers like farmers, drillers, like your miners, any of these people, they're worried the price will drop, so they will sell futures to lock in the price. But like say, Angela, you're Sabaros, and you need to buy, wheat to make their crappy dough. You will buy futures because you're worried the price will go up. So this way you lock in a purchase price. So you're locking in February that you're going to buy the wheat at 50 cents in May. Now remember something, options, the buyer has rights, the sellers have obligations. In futures and forwards, both sides are obligated because it's literally a contract. I sell it, I'm contracted to sell. You're a buyer, you're contracted to buy. But again, futures are liquid, they're standardized, the bushel size, the size of the contract is the same, and delivery way. The forward, it's kind of like it's none of that. They could be like 8 bushels versus 12 bushels. They can totally do it themselves, and they can have it end whenever they want. Kind of butchered that at the end, but you should get the idea. Okay. I studied for the SIE in 1 weekend and passed. That's great. I failed the 7 twice so far. SIE is more memorizing. 7, you have to know the stuff. Absolutely. Memorization won't get you a pass on the 7. And that's why I tell people not to focus on taking notes so much, because if you take so many notes, you start memorizing versus learning. Okay. So if you're taking a lot of notes, you're memorizing, you're not learning. But if you try to read and get a story, look, when you're taking the 7, every time you read about a product, I want you to say to yourself, who would buy it? Who wouldn't? Who shouldn't buy it? Who definitely shouldn't buy it? Or am I thinking short-term or long-term, right? Because like, even though bonds are long-term products, They're for short-term investing because they have a lot of inflation risk. Common stock seems like a quick in and out, but it's much better for long-term investing because it usually averages 10% a year, so it beats inflation. Okay. But yes, you just have to learn the products. Okay. Yeah, you're right. That is on the website. But again, that's just for people if they want to do a Zoom group with each other. I am not involved with it at all. So it's all self-starting. It just gives you guys a place to go. Okay. So you're taking the SIE this Friday. Okay, I say this like I did in the video in the beginning. Test tomorrow, not Thursday. Add knowledge on Thursday. Read customer accounts. Watch my crash course. If you have SDC, use your crunch time facts. If you have Kaplan, do their Kaplan tips. If you have Notman, do their key topics. I don't know if Pest Perfect does anything, but I know that Achievable has a cheat sheet. Be calm. Get some sleep. Stop around dinner time. Do not study past dinner time because it doesn't work at all. So do not show up on my live on Thursday. I don't want you there. I want you to come back Tuesday and tell me how great it went. You're going to rock this thing. You got to be confident. You have to be delusional a little bit to think I know this stuff. And the last minute one is make sure. So you're getting 70s on Achievable. Chrissy, there you go. Look at that. You're getting 70s on Achievable. That's great. How'd you do on the FINRA one? Also, did you do the ones I do on my channel in the exam walkthroughs? I have 5 of them. 2 Achievable, 1 STC, 1 Notman, 1 the FINRA one, and 1 that I did that has a lot of questions at me in the exam. Go do those tonight and tomorrow, but then no tests on Thursday. None. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that, right, Ash, the TC, the SIE is 100% easier than the 7. But the reason it feels harder that people take the SIE is because you're just learning the language. So if you're just learning what a right is or a preemptive right or this or that or a call or a put, yes, you're learning a brand new language. So you're trying to figure that out. Like I had a student in my class today. She's an art history major. She's switching over. She got the 65. She has the SIE, but she had to teach herself a whole new language. And that's why the SI sometimes feels tougher, but it's not. The 7 is definitely more difficult than the M, but 100% doable. And that's the thing I try to tell everyone, that the exam is harder for sure, okay? The exam is harder for sure, but I think it's more straightforward than the vendors. Like the vendors really go out of their way to trick you sometimes. I don't think the test is tricking you. I think the test is much more about seeing if you can read and if you can understand the question. They may have a couple tricks, but not really. Kaplan and STC and Achievable, they do a lot of like all the following are false except, or you have to follow some convoluted logic to find something. Most of the questions on the actual exams are workable. Even if they're hard, you can common sense a lot of them out. Okay. Chrissy, I am happy you made it too. I'll pinch you. There you go. Okay. Raul, I'll probably take another one. But are you, if you're taking the test, I would not take one the day before. But if you're taking tests anything after Thursday, yeah, take a test tomorrow. Always do that. Okay. Muhammad, what? 7. Okay. Taking the 7. I don't know how much time I have, and I'm away next week, but I'm pretty full next week. Check out Series 7 GM Tutor. He might have some openings. But let's think about this. I have a lot of videos that help. The most important chapters for the 7. I'm only doing this because you're within a week. Okay. Now, make sure you have the munis down. Make sure you have the options on. If you're not comfortable with the options, you don't like the T-charts, join my membership. And we can actually, and that's the other thing, you can meet on we meet on Friday night at 7 and 8 if you join the membership. But if not, just at least buy the $20 membership if you're not comfortable with options. If you are, then don't do it. Don't spend the money. But munis, options, taxes, and investment companies and suitability. Suitability. I can't state that enough. You must have suitability down. And it's not always just what does grandma want. It's like, what are factors on this? If I want income, what do I do? Stuff like that. But again, if you don't want, one thing, I got this. If you go on my website and you don't see openings for me this week, I have other tutors on there that you can book and they have openings this week. You just click the button, go on there, and you can see if they have openings. They're going to help you a lot. They're not me, obviously, but they're good. or check out Michael Weiss over at Series7examtutor.com. If not, if you can't do that, you can't find any openings, watch my videos, watch my crash course, and then join the membership for $50. We have all my options videos. We meet at 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. So you get one class out of it. It's cheaper than, there's going to be like 5 or 10 people in there. But we go over a lot of stuff. Okay. If you're taking I have some, I may take another one, but I have them. I can do them again, but they're it's just a cheap way to get views, but it's all right. Okay. We got this, Nick. Okay. I have Past Perfect. My first few fund exemptions were 7 years. Okay. I think they got harder. No, don't. So it's Sebastian La Rose. Okay, nice Irish name. Go take a couple of when's your test? Let's see. Did you say? Okay. I do think they get harder as you go along, or what happens is sometimes you're getting questions you haven't seen before, and they get the ones you got wrong. I think a lot of times they throw the ones you got wrong back into it, so it feels harder. Also, it could be you're pressing. You're trying too hard. Relax. Just relax, okay? Just calm down, take a few days off, go back to reading and watching videos. But like if you're not taking the test next week, Sebastiano, go back and spend from tomorrow till like Friday just reading and watching videos. Then my videos, hopefully, but if not Past Perfect, then go back and try to take a test and see how you do. But look to see if you're getting questions that you got wrong before, or the deeper dive into the question bank, because sometimes that happens. Oh, yeah. Okay. So it's next week. So don't take any time off. No, the problem with STC is they don't sell just questions, but you can buy the Q Bank from Kaplan. Kaplan has a Q Bank, and it's like $50. And if you go on the Reddit, Series 7 exam Reddit, the guy Michael Weiss has a discount link. Okay. You get like 10% off, 15%, whatever it is. I don't give a shit. It's $50. Who the fuck cares? It's worth getting like now. So maybe do that now. Go on the Kaplan Q Bank. Now, remember something. They don't make it easy. So you have to go on the Kaplan Series 7. On the top, it says a tab that says Study Tools. Hit the Study Tools, then find the Securities Pro Q Bank. That's what you're looking for. The Securities Pro Q Bank. That's going to be all that stuff. Okay. I have 2. I don't know if I have 2 or I might do 2. I can do more. Okay. That's fine. So I wouldn't if you've taken it take it again to practice. But I have a lot of videos on my channel. Okay. Lana, what happened? Okay. I didn't see your post. I don't know. I missed it. Okay. Okay. So you didn't take an exam today. Lana, that's awesome. So you're taking the test tomorrow? We're going to beat this thing, right? Tell me you're going to beat it, please. Okay. So yeah, by the way, back to the Sebastian. Okay. If you can buy the Kaplan Q Bank. Now, STC I think is closer, but the only way to do it is buy the whole course. Okay. So you didn't take an exam today. I love that, Lana. We're going to nail that tomorrow, right? I think it's tomorrow. I think we're going to nail this. I hope you'll watch my crash course. We're going to nail this. Go in there confident, read customer accounts. Okay. Now, here's the thing. Danny D, I'm going to send you a video. It might be easier than doing it because I don't have that much time. CMOC. This will explain the whole tranche, all that shit better than I could right now. This is my video. I'm just saying. Okay. Jessica, thank you. Okay. We got this, Chrissy. We're good. Okay. Yeah, I think Kaplan's hard. I do think they're hard. But I don't think they're going to be harder than Past Perfect. I don't. I think they're probably going to be more straightforward than Past Perfect. I think Past Perfect questions. Now remember, Sebastiano, your score will drop at first because you're getting used to new questions. But if you almost like if you do the Kaplan Q Bank, spend a day or two just doing Kaplan questions, like 10 question quizzes on all the different do 10 or 15 questions on each unit until you get used to the wording, then start taking finals. Because you don't want to walk into a final like, wow, I got a 50. You want to get the wording is different. It absolutely is. Okay. I hope it is. Look, I'm trying to help people. I'm trying to give back. I make a lot of money teaching. I've been doing this. I've been since I got it. Well, 5 years now. Starting to 5 years of doing this. So it's crazy. I'm almost a YouTuber. So yeah, I'm like what? I don't know. I'm like at 91,000 almost. Okay. I'm trying to help as many people as I can before I die. There it is. 90.4. Okay. I'm just trying to do it before I die of a heart attack or something. I just want to help as many people out. Okay. Good. Sebastian, I'm telling you, it'll help. Give it a shot and we'll go from there. Okay. Everyone, not bad. I have a student starting in 1 minute, I think. She might even be on here, but she's California. So it's just like, I got to do 9 o'clock. It's fine. I remember I had 2 girls back to back. Boy, if I was 20 years old, there would be a totally different connotation to that, right? 2 girls back to back from BlackRock. They were roommates. And they get off at 8 o'clock at night. They're in San Francisco. So I had to meet one at 11 p.m. and one at midnight. I was so tired. And it's just like, and you don't have the patience you have. I mean, literally, there's no way I'm as patient at midnight as I am at, 6 o'clock in the afternoon or even 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay. And then and luckily I get up early, but I don't start teaching till like 11 or so. So I have a little time to hang out. Okay. It's funny. I'm going to get on this real quick and then let you go. I watched every show. Reacher I love. I finished that. I finished Cobra Kai. I finished Night Agent, Recruit, all this shit. I have nothing. So I went back and I've never watched the show before. Arrested Development. That is such a funny fucking show. Everyone told me it's funny and I refuse to watch it. I mean, it's older, right? Because of flip phones, but it's such a funny show. I can't wait to watch the rest of it. Okay. Then I guess the next one is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia or something like that. Okay. Connor! Finally! Boom. More questions about REITs. Okay. You've less 100%. There's always going to be questions about U4s. Anyone taking the anyone taking the SIE, there will always be U4, U5 questions, U6, all that stuff. Because that's remember, half the test is risks, half the test is what the register can and can't do. Hold on. Since this is a light one, I haven't a lot of people doing this. Here we go. Oh, we're going to get this one. My favorite. You're getting my favorite, Connor. I love that mashup. Connor, I love it. I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. Where we go. Okay. Risks and regs, baby. Risks and regs. This is a great question. Yes. If you're going to be trading, no. But then you get the CFA. But if you're going to deal with the customers, yeah, get it. It's letters you can put after your name. Every little thing. I mean, they have CFPC, and all the CFP people have heard of. The other ones, like the CFPC or something like that, Chartered Financial Planning Consultant or something, nobody's ever heard of. I mean, it's fine, but Chartered or Certified Financial Planner, yes, I think it's worth getting. And I have a couple people. I would say, explain. Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm only through. If you're talking about Arrested Development, I'm only through 4 episodes now, which is so fucking, maybe 5. They're so fast. I don't remember anymore. So many funny people on that show, I have to say. But yeah, get the CFP. I have a girl who she had the 65, and for some reason her firm didn't hold it. She lost it. So she had a choice of. My dogs are inside. Good. Okay. She had a choice of getting the 65. And she said, no, wait a second. I just get the CFP. She fast-tracked it. She's taking it tomorrow. And it was faster than she had taken the 65. So now she'll be done. She's a rock star. She'll finish. She'll bang it out tomorrow. I'm not worried about her. And then she has the CFP. Because remember, the CFP waives the need for the 65. Remember that. Okay? I knew she was going to ask that. So whenever a dog barks outside, they just have my dogs outside because whatever. So now, yeah, you do fast track. It's good stuff. Okay. Yeah, please like the live. Thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate it. I like it too. I wish I could like it. Okay. UIT is a separate thing. It is an investment company. It's not open and or closed-end. It is its own thing. Okay. So a UIT is it's a Universal Trust. It is not an open or closed management company. It's just its own UIT. They have fixed and participating, which is like a variable annuity. Okay. Okay. Everyone, if you like what I'm doing, should have like. Don't share it because I'm leaving. I can't. Next time you see me, hopefully I'll be doing the live. You may see a mountain behind me. You might not. It might be dark, but I'll be in a place where I will absolutely be in a place that's colder than where I am in a lot of skiing, or I call it falling. Yeah, the CFA is a goddamn beast, isn't it? Like here's the crazy part about the CFA. There's no passing score. There's a percentage of score. So literally they set a percentage of like 30%, and that's who passes. Even if everyone gets 100 or every 99s and 98s, 40% of them will pass, 60 will fail. And so it's literally you're betting against everyone else. It's crazy. I think during COVID, it was like the lowest ever because so many people would say, oh, since I'm not working, I'll study for the CFA. So the percentage went down. So literally, they actually changed the passing score. There is no passing score. It's just a percentage, and that's it. It's crazy. Okay. Okay. Well, the CFAs are they're totally different things, right? So that's two different career tracks. The 24 is more compliance and managing a desk. The CFA is you're going to chart a financial analyst. Now, Danny, if you're going to be on a trading desk or something or an analyst, then get the CFA. If you're in wealth management, get the CFP. If you want to be compliance or run a branch or something like this, or go up and move in compliance, get the 24. They're different tracks. The CFA is, I think the shortest you can do it is a year and a half, right? So it's like you can go June, CFA level 1, December 2, and then I think you can't take it. I think maybe you can do it in a year, but I think like it used to be a once a year thing. Now you can take the CFA. Oh, no, that's why it's 2 years because it's CFA 1 could be June or December, then CFA 2, and then CFA 3 only in June, I think. So, and you have to get it within 5 years or you lose the whole thing. It's a track, man. It's track. Some people always go, should I get this MBA? Okay. MBA, hold on, MBA or a CFA, and that's a legitimate question. But you can get the 24 in a matter of like 3 weeks. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not bringing my dog up to Vermont with me. Okay, but they're all getting to the. So I can't show them now. They're disgusting. Okay, my white dog is like black now, like dirt. So he's getting to go to the spa tomorrow to get cleaned up before we leave, and then maybe you'll see him Thursday night. Okay. Yeah, yeah. So if you're doing wealth management, don't get your CFA. I mean, I don't think it'll help because one, they don't care, and I think it's not the same. It's more of you're charting and ripping apart companies. You're better off getting the CFP. Seriously, if you're going to manage hedge funds, then maybe CFA or the Kaya. But if you're doing wealth management, go to the CFP route. You get the 24, do this, get the 66 once you're done, get the CFP, and then maybe the 24 after that. But other than that, I don't think the CFA is going to, it'll look good, but it won't mean anything. Okay, everyone, not too shabby, pretty good. We had a good night. We lasted an hour. I do have to teach my student. She's going to be bugging me in a couple minutes unless she's on here. I will see, hopefully I won't see any of you Thursday because that's really for 65, 66. But Lanra, I think if you're taking the test tomorrow, I expect you to come on Thursday. Some people taking it Thursday, come on Thursday night. We'll celebrate your ass. Everyone, I love doing this. Again, my favorite, and I'm low key now because I'm tired and my wife's home and it's hard to yell when people are in the house. I like yelling more. So maybe if I move it to another spot, I'll do it. Anyway, thank you very much. And let's go out on a good note. Let's get my ass. I'm going to play the whole Bee Gees song. I am out of here. Wash your hands, baby.